Good morning, everyone. How are you? First of all, little sound check. Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. Just put a comment in the box to say, yes, I can hear you, or no, I can't hear you. Hope you're all okay this morning. A little bit of a chilly day today. How are you all? What have you had for breakfast? I had some porridge. It was very nice. Porridge and some black coffee. Very tasty indeed. Hello Rowan, hello Noah, hello Willow, hello Harry, hello. Willow, what's going on today? You're usually the first person on here to say hello. Hope you're okay. Oh, Neil's Zetzer had grilled gorilla for breakfast. Mine was lovely. It was a little porridge with blueberries and apples in it. It's nice. Got to try and keep healthy, haven't you? Hello, Mrs. Cowie. We've missed you this week. You've been a bit quiet, so Mrs. Cowie. Where have you been? Well, just wait. While you're waiting, you might want to get some pens and paper for the quiz later on. Get yourself a drink, cup of tea, squash, water, whatever you want, so you've got those creative juices flowing. Good morning, Mr. Eagleton. Oh, Terry had Cocoa Pops. It was yummy. Good to hear it, Tony. Terry, sorry. I was thinking of Tony because my dad's name is Tony and he's just popped up. Lots of people coming in. Lovely. Brian had toast. Lovely. Porridge and blueberries too, Mrs. Cowie. Yes. It was very nice. So today, I'll just chat while we're waiting because I know other people are coming on. Hello. Today we've got our quiz. We've got some poems to read, and we've also got the results of our poetry competition. Yes, how exciting. Really looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be really, really cool. So yeah, we'll just wait a few more seconds and then we'll get on with it. Oscar's just chasing a glue stick around the floor at the moment. I'll get him to come and say hello to you. What are you doing, Oscar? What are you doing? Oh, come on then. Come and say hello to everyone. You'll be pleased to know that Oscar is nice and clean now. He had a lovely little swim this morning. My husband took him out for a walk. He goes for a nice 45, 50-minute walk in the morning with my husband while I'm asleep. And Oscar doesn't really like swimming, but he loves mud. And so he waded into a little pond on the walk that was stagnant and very, very smelly. So at 8 o'clock this morning, we had the shower going and he was being washed and what have you. But he doesn't really seem to care at all whatsoever. And he's got quite a cool challenge for you today, actually, which I'm quite looking forward to. Okay, so I'll let him get down and have a run round and a play with his tennis ball, and then we'll get started. So, how are we all feeling? Thank you so much for your poetry entries. There were absolutely loads of them. Absolutely loads of them. Right, we'll do a few more shout outs and hellos. Mega had an omelette, lovely. Miranda and Isaac had toast and yogurt and want to say hello. Rowena, I hope you've seen Oscar now. Oh, chocolate chip brioche, very nice. Super. I'm not going to read out my dad's because he's being mean. He said I had roll mops followed by pineapple. And what he means is I got up on Thursday at 5:45 in the morning to go and get their shopping for them from Tesco. And they had on their massive list of food was roll mops and tinned pineapple. And could I get roll mops and tinned pineapple? No, I could not. So whoever's stockpiled the roll mops, let us know. Okay, shall we start off with some of that not poetry, the sign language that we've been learning? We've been learning the days of the week. So shall we finish off Friday, our last one, with some sign language that we'll go through for days of the week and see what you can remember. Right, are you all standing up? Up, up, up. Up you get. Mrs. Sheehy, are you standing up? I hope you're here this morning. Okay, standing up then. Let's get going. Let's see what you can remember after 3, all the days of the week. 1, 2, 3. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Yes! How did you get on? Did you remember them all? How did you get on? I hope you did okay with them and remembered them all. What else have we been learning? We've looked at some animals as well, if you remember. Let's see, can you remember camel? Show a partner. It was camel, wasn't it? Can you remember elephant? Can you remember... Oh, monkey. Show someone. Monkey, that's it. Can you remember swan? Ooh. Do you remember the waves and the swan? Like so. The water and the swan, yep. Can you remember shark? We did from the great white shark. Well done, like Jaws going along in the water. Well done if you remembered that. And we'll do one more. This is really tricky. This is one to practice over the weekend. Whale. So it's like that, and then you flip over. So whale, without hurting your wrist. So be careful of your wrists. Whale. It's like the tail flipping up, but it comes under and up. Lots of people just do that. Okay, but it's whale. That's how I was taught it anyway. Whale. Okay, really tricky one to do. Just be careful of your wrists while you're doing it. Well done. Lots of people getting 7 out of 7 and remembering all of those signs. Well done. Don't worry if you're late. We're only just starting. So we'll start our quiz in a minute. So now's the perfect time if you want to go and get pen, paper, something to write your answers on. We've got a poem to read from Gorilla Ballerina, which is the gift that you're getting if you win the competition. We're going to hear at the end who's won the competition. And this is a poem, and it actually, I believe, it features in the new poetry app, the Reading Realm poetry app. And it's called Invisible Dog. Oh, I don't know if that's a good thing or not to have an invisible dog. Let's find out, shall we? Okay, it goes like this, and it's by Neil Zetter. I got an invisible dog for my birthday. It's quite an unusual breed. He goes twice a day for invisible walks upon his invisible lead. Together we run around Invisible Park to chase his invisible ball. I show him off to invisible friends while at my invisible school. While he has invisible illnesses, he sees my invisible vet. Of all of the animals that she has seen, she says he's the strangest one yet. Invisible Dog gives invisible hugs and lots of invisible licks. He dreams in his basket when sleeping at night of fetching invisible sticks. He leaves his invisible doggy-doos across the invisible ground. I bought big bags of invisible biscuits to treat my invisible hound. His mouth will emit an invisible bark when scaring invisible cats. He chews my invisible carpet as well, but I never care about that. The thing is, Dad says that it costs far too much to keep a real dog as a pet, so my imagination made him instead the most perfect dog you've ever met. That's good, isn't it? That's Invisible Dog by Neil Setzer from his book Gorilla Ballerina. I wonder if you could think about writing a poem about your own invisible animal and what might happen. I've got an invisible fish. It lives in my invisible tank, and so on. I've got an invisible cat. It sits on an invisible mat. I'm making this up. Okay, you could have a go today, maybe, at writing your own invisible pet poem. Okay, let's go then. So, have you all got your paper and pen ready? Ben's arrived. Ben loves a quiz. Hello, Ben. Have you all got your paper and pen ready to write your answers and things? There's 2 rounds, there's 20 questions, and this time it's mostly books, but there's a little bit of general knowledge as well in there, and a little bit of maths and science as well. Okay, so give me a like or a love if you've got your pen and paper ready. Have you got a team name? You need to think of a team name before we start. Think of a team name really quickly. What would your team name be? It can be on an invisible theme, maybe. The Invisible Quiz, after our lovely Invisible Dog poem. Right, what are your team names? Tell us what your team names are before we start. Let's see what we've got then, shall we? Team name and a pen and paper, please. And we'll see what we've got, and then we'll get started. The Candy Squad. Welcome. Team Hall. Love it. The Invisible Roll Mops. Literacy Lizards. The Dino Corns. Love it. We're all ready. Great names. Team Invisible Meh. Is that meh or men? I don't know. Either works. Invisible Pineapple. Dangerous Vegetables. Team Climbing the Walls. Oh dear. Star Willow. Let's get started then. Are you ready? Number 1 in our quiz. It starts off with quite a mean one, actually. There are some easy ones. Which of these books were all written by Dr. Seuss? You know, he's the one that did The Cat in the Hat. Which of these were written first by Dr. Seuss? Was it A, Halt and Here's a Who? Was it B, Green Eggs and Ham? Or was it C, And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street? So which of these books was written first by Dr. Seuss? Write down A, B, or C. Have you got an answer? Yes. So which one was written first by Dr. Seuss? Sorry about that one. That was really mean, wasn't it? Okay, next one. In the book Matilda by Roald Dahl, which of these is the name of Matilda's terrifying head teacher? Which of these is Matilda's terrifying head teacher? Is it A, Miss Trunchbull, B, Miss Honey, or C, Mrs. Wormwood? So which of these is Matilda's horrible, terrifying head teacher? A, B, or C? Write it down on your... It's up to you how you write it. You can either write it in the comments box or you can write it down on your paper. It's entirely up to you. We don't mind. We don't mind. Is it A, Miss Trunchbull, B, Miss Honey, C, Mrs. Wormwood? Okay, next question. What is Charlie's surname in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? What is Charlie's surname in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Is it A, Burton, B, Bucket, or C, Gloop? What's Charlie's surname in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory? Burton, Bucket, or Gloop? So write down A, B, or C. Which one do you think it is? Got it? Brilliant. Okay. What are the first names of the 4 children who go into Narnia through a wardrobe in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? So in the book, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, what are the names of the children? Is it A? Oh, let's go there. Is it A, Edmund, Peter, Susan, and Lucy? Is it B, Peter, Sarah, Edward, and Lucy? Or is it C, Susan, William, Charlie, and Lucy? So what are the names of the children who enter into that snowy magical world of Narnia through a wardrobe? Is it A, B, or C? And I tell you what, for an extra point, can you tell me which child enters into the wardrobe second? So 2 points for this one. Well, 1 with a bonus point if you want to do that. What's the name of the children that enter into Narnia in The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe? Got it? Give us a like if you've got it. Let's move on then. Number 5. Oh, let's get rid of that. Woo! Number 5. In what year was Mary Poppins written? In what year was the book Mary Poppins written? Was it A, 1934? Was it B, 1997? Or was it C, 1914? So in which year was the book Mary Poppins written? Trixie. A, B, or C? Write down an answer. What year was Mary Poppins the book written? It was a book first. You might have seen the film Saving Mr. Banks with Tom Hanks and Emma Thomas in it, and that might give you a clue as to what year it was written in, roughly. Okay, number 6. Who wrote Charlotte's Web? Who wrote the book Charlotte's Web, one of my favourite books? Was it H.T. Williams, E.B. White, or Carolyn Keene? So was it A, H.T. Williams, B, E.B. White, or C, Carolyn Keene? Who wrote Charlotte's Web? You might have seen the film of it. You might have read the book. It was read to me when I was in year 5. No, year 4. No, year 5. Tell a lie. Year 5. So, who was it who wrote Charlotte's Web? A, B, or C? Ready to move on? Let's go round again. Do, 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 do. Woo! Okay, next one. Number 7. Which children's story begins with a boat being shipwrecked in the middle of nowhere during a storm? Which of these stories begins with a ship being shipwrecked in the middle of a storm? Is it A, The Wind in the Willows, B, Treasure Island, or C, Swiss Family Robinson? So which of these begin with a shipwreck in a storm? A, B, or C? It's one of my favourites. Which one is it? Okay, everyone ready to move on? Give me a like or a love if you're ready to move on. Okay, we've got a sciencey one now for number 8. Which planet in the solar system is famous for its rings? Which planet in the solar system is famous for its rings? Is it Earth, Saturn, or Pluto? Which one of these is famous for its rings? A, Earth, B, Saturn, or C, Pluto? Which one's famous for it? A, B, or C? Write down which one you think. Okay, we've got 2 more for round 1. Are you ready? Let's get rid of that. Woo! Okay, number 9. Which famous book by Charles Dickens is about an orphan in a workhouse? Which famous book by Charles Dickens is famous for its being about an orphan in a workhouse? Is it A, Oliver Twist, B, Great Expectations, or C, Christmas Carol? So which of those books is a famous book by Charles Dickens, and it starts off with a boy in a workhouse? A, Oliver Twist, B, Great Expectations, and C, A Christmas Carol. A Christmas Carol, The Muppets Christmas Carol must be one of the finest films ever. Do you agree? It's such a good film. We watch it every Christmas. Love it. There goes Mr. There goes Mr. Scrooge. And so on. Oh, I'm losing my papers. Okay, let's move on then. Last one in round 1. Are you ready for this? Are you ready? Let's go. Number 10. How many days are there in a fortnight? How many days are there in a fortnight? 15, 16, or 14? How many days are there in a fortnight? So a fortnight, is it A, 15 days, B, 16 days, or C, 14 days? How many days are there in a fortnight? See if you can remember without any help from your adults. Yeah, not how many days it feels like for you, how many actual days. This week has felt like about 3,000 days, but it's not. Okay, shall we go through some answers then for round 1? Do you need to stand up and have a little stretch maybe? A little stretch, little wake up? Maybe you do, maybe you don't. Let's go through some answers though, shall we? I've once again, I've got some tissue, not to worry. Let's rub that off. Yes, Do remember, we've got our hashtag The Realm, and you can follow us on Twitter at reading_realm. Let's go through some answers then. We had 10 questions for round one. Are you ready to mark? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you ready to mark them? We'll trust you to mark them on your own, we promise. Okay, here we go then. So, which of these was first written by Dr. Seuss? Was it A, Horton Hears a Who, B, Green Eggs and Ham, or C, And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street? The answer is C. And to Think That I Saw It on Mulberry Street was written first by Dr. Seuss. Give yourself a tick if you've got it, a little pat on the back maybe. What is the name of Matilda's terrifying head teacher? Is it A, Miss Trunchbull, B, Miss Honey, or C, Mrs. Wormwood? It's A, it's Miss Trunchbull. Number 3, Charlie's surname in Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. It is Bucket, so it's a B. It's Charlie Bucket, and he wins the golden ticket, doesn't he? Okay, what are the names of the 4 children who go through the wardrobe in The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe? It was, of course, A, Edmund, Peter, Susan and Lucy. And for a bonus point, who is the second child to go through that wardrobe? The first child is Lucy. The second child is Edmund. And he is tempted by the White Witch and her Turkish delight. Does anyone like Turkish delight? Is that something? I was always puzzled by that as a child, that when I finally tasted Turkish delight, I was like, oh. But you have to remember the story was set during the war and the children were sent away. So maybe a sugary treat would have been really tempting no matter what it tasted like. Who's to know? Anyway, number 5. In what year was Mary Poppins written? If my research is correct, it was in fact 1934. So the answer is A. So you've got C, A, B, A, A. Next one. Who wrote Charlotte's Web? Such a lovely story, very sad at the end. Who wrote Charlotte's Web? It was B. E.B. White. Also wrote Stuart Little as well. Okay, well done. Lots of cheering for yourself. You've obviously done well. Number 7. Which children's story begins with a boat being shipwrecked in a storm on the sea? It was C, The Swiss Family Robinson. I love that film. I love that film. It was made, I think, in the 1960s, the film, and I still remember it now, and I would love to watch it again. Does anyone else remember that film? Oh, I loved it. Okay, number 8. Which planet in the solar system is famous for its rings? Well, it can't be Earth, because we live there. It can't be Pluto, because Pluto was declassified as a planet, if you knew that. It's now classed as what's called a dwarf planet. So it must be B, Saturn. Well done. If you got them all right. Okay. Number 9. Which famous book by Charles Dickens is about an orphan born in a workhouse? Which famous book by Charles Dickens is about an orphan born in a workhouse? It was A, Oliver Twist. Well done. Great Expectations has that wonderful character Miss Havisham in it, and A Christmas Carol is of course Scrooge. Oliver Twist is Oliver, Fagin, the Artful Dodger, and so on. Number 10. How many days are there in a fortnight? It is of course C. There are 14 days in a fortnight. Well done. Okay, so you can either give yourself a mark out of 10 if you didn't do that extra one, or if you're including that, you can give yourself a mark out of 11. How did you get on? Post your marks in the group. Let us know how you got on with that first part of the quiz. We're going to have to whiz along for the second part. Are you all staying with me? Okay. Shall we carry on? Are we ready to carry on? How did you get on? Oh, lots of scores. 8 out of 10. Oh, gracious me. Well done. Lots of good scores. Oh, brilliant. Lots of 8s out of 10. Some of you had to go at the bonus question as well. Well done. Okay. So shall we whiz through onto the next round then? Number 11, or number 1, if we're going to call it a new round, is how many vowels are there in the English alphabet? How many vowels are there in the English alphabet? Is it A, 4, B, 5, or C, 6? How many vowels in the English alphabet? A4, B5, or C6? How many is it? Okay. Number 12 or number 2? Which of these words is a strong burst of wind? No rude answers, please. Which of these is a strong burst of wind? Is it A, whisper, B, gust, or C, yell? Which of these is a strong burst of wind? A, whisper, B, gust, or C, yell? Everyone got that one? Give us a like or a comment if you're ready to move on. A strong burst of wind. Well done. Number 13 or number 3? Which of these words is the most appropriate antonym of the word smooth? Which of these words is an antonym of smooth? Is it A, small, B, shiny, or C, rough? So which of these is an antonym for the word smooth? Small, shiny, or rough? A, B, or C? Let's move on. 14. Or number 4 if you're doing it like that in 2 rounds. How many years are there in a decade? How many years are there in a decade? Are there A, 100 years in a decade, B, 5, or C, 10? So how many years are there in a decade? A decade. Do you know that one? Is it 100 years, 5 years, or 10 years? Okay. Next one. Which Disney Pixar film tells the story of an elderly widower called Carl Fredricksen? Which Disney Pixar film tells the tale of the elderly widower Carl Fredricksen? Is it A, Up, B, Coco, or C, Finding Nemo? So which of these is a Disney Pixar film about a widower called Carl Fredricksen? A, Up, B, Coco, or C, Finding Nemo? Just keep swimming, just keep swimming. Well done. Number 16 or number 6? In which children's TV program would you find the character Iggle Piggle? In which children's TV program would you find the character Iggle Piggle? Is it A, the Teletubbies, B, In the Night Garden, or C, Peppa Pig? Which of these would you find the character Iggle Piggle? The Teletubbies, In the Night Garden, or C, Peppa Pig? Write down an answer. Go, go, go. Got it? Let's move on then. Let's move on. Number 17 next. In which book would you find the Waterbury family? In which book do the Waterbury family star? Is it A, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, B, The Railway Children, or C, Naughty Amelia Jane? So which book would you find the Waterbury family? A, The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe, B, The Railway Children, or C, Naughty Amelia Jane? So the Waterbury family. Tricksy, that one. Ready to move on? Diddle, 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 diddle. Okay. Oh, I love this question. Where is Paddington Bear from? Where is Paddington Bear from? Is it A, Peru, B, Scotland, or C, Madagascar? So where is Paddington Bear from? A, Peru, B, Scotland, or C, Madagascar? Paddington Bear. You might have seen the films, which are excellent, or you might have read the books, which are equally excellent. But where is he from? Trixie. Where is Paddington Bear from? Okay. Number 19 or number 9? Judith Kerr, the author of The Tiger Who Came to Tea, was also responsible for which other long-running children's character? So Judith Kerr, who wrote The Tiger Who Came to Tea, also wrote about another character which was a very famous children's book character. Was it A, Bagpuss, B, the Jolly Postman, or C, Mog? So Judith Kerr, which other character did she create? Was it A, Bagpuss, B, the Jolly Postman, or C, Mog? Which one was it? A, B, or C? Okay, and the very last one today. Paddington Bear, Winnie the Pooh, or Rupert Bear? Who was created first? Out of Paddington Bear, Winnie the Pooh, or Rupert Bear, which one was created first? Was it A, Rupert Bear, B, Paddington Bear, or C, Winnie the Pooh? So who was created first? Tricksy, that one, isn't it? Which of those famous bears was created first? A. Rupert Bear, B. Paddington, or C. Winnie the Pooh? Shall we have a go at the answers then? Okie dokie. Let's see how you all got on. We're just going to wipe the board and see how you got on with this round. I'll whiz through it because time's running out. How many vowels are there in the English alphabet? There are 5, so the answer is B. Which of these is a strong burst of wind? It's a gust. Although, wouldn't a yell of wind sound lovely, or a whisper of wind sound beautiful as well? But we usually say a gust of wind. Thank you for some of your answers on that one, by the way. I saw them. Number 13, or number 3, an antonym of smooth is rough. An antonym, if you think of the word anti, opposite. So an antonym is an opposite word. Okay? Yeah? Number 14 or number 4, how many years are there in a decade? There are, of course, 10. So the answer is C. 100 years is a century, and 10 years is a decade. 15 or number 5. Which Disney Pixar film features the elderly widower Carl Fredricksen? It is, of course, A, Up. Great film. Number 16, where would we find Iggle Piggle? It is in the Night Garden. Never seen it. I've seen the Teletubbies and I've seen Peppa Pig, but I don't think I've ever seen In the Night Garden. Am I missing anything? Okay. 17 or number 7, where would I find the Waterbury family? They are in B. They're in the Railway Children. They're in the Railway Children. The Lion, the Witch and the Wardrobe is the Pevensey Children. That's their surname. So it's the Railway Children. Where is Paddington Bear from? He's from deepest, darkest Peru. So the answer is number A, letter A. Next one, Judith Kerr. Which other character did she create that was famous? It was, of course, Mog. So the answer is C. And the last one, the very, very last one, was who was created first? Who was created first? Was it Paddington Bear, Winnie the Pooh, or Rupert Bear? The answer is A. Rupert Bear was created first. So there are your answers. So you can give yourself a mark out of 10, or if you want to add up both scores, you can give yourself a mark out of 20 and post your scores in the comments box. How did you get on for that round? And how did you get on overall with our quiz? How did you get on? Did we get some good scores? Blame it on the wife, Mr. Zetzer. Dad, was that 10 overall or 10 out of 10? Oh, well done, Terry. 16 out of 20, 14 out of 20, 17 out of 20. Wow, brilliant scores. Well done. A 17 out of 20 as well. Oh, but my computer crashed. Oh, no. A 19 out of 20. Wow, these are very, very good. Well done, everyone. Okay. We are now on to announcing the winner of a signed and dedicated copy of Gorilla Ballerina by Neil Zetter. Can we have a drum roll, please? Oh, so exciting! So what I did, because we had so many poems come in, I had to send them to Neil Zetzer in 3 batches over the week, because Well, I was sort of expecting maybe, I don't know, I was sort of expecting maybe a few poems in. Um, I was not expecting nearly 50 poems to come in. Um, and they were so good, all of them. So I read them all, and then I sent all of them in to Neil Zetter, and he spent the whole week reading them all. So can we say a big thank you to Neil Zetter? So that was brilliant. Thank you, Neil, for doing that. But the winner is, and it's an excellent poem, but Neil decided that the winning poem this time round is by I feel like I'm on X Factor, you know, when they leave 3,000 hours between announcing. Anyway, sorry. The winner of the poetry competition is Charlie, who's aged 9, and he wrote a really great poem called The Boulder Tailed Fox. And Neil was very impressed with this one. He liked the rhymes in it. He especially liked the description of the animal, and he also liked the illustration of the animal, and he very much said that he liked the final 2 lines of the poem, which he thought were really clever. So I'll read you Charlie's excellent poem. It's called The Boulder Tailed Fox. Okay? Are you all ready? So, The Boulder Tailed Fox. Found among the darkest trees, hiding in a bush of leaves, is this fierce and strange beast who'd like to eat you for a feast. His spikes are sharp and scary, which will make you very wary. His tail is heavy and long, his legs are very strong. When he gets cross, he turns red, and steam comes out of his head. He lifts his tail right over his shoulder and hits you with his massive boulder. Well done, Charlie. Let's give him all a round of applause. Yes! Really great. Well done, Charlie. And well done to everyone else. Neil would also like me to mention being highly commended was Miranda's poem, The Creeping Creeper, Isaac's poem, The Octo Bear, Finn's poem, The Kanga Gorilla Pig, and Aaron's poem, Oh How I Wish. And he said this was really hard. These poems were excellent, and everyone was clearly trying so hard with them and their presentation. Please tell everyone how brilliantly they did. There were so many good ones. And then he's put at the end of his email, if you want to run another superheroes or villains competition for a free book, because Neil writes poetry books about superheroes and villains as well, he said, please let me know. So would you like that? Another competition? Maybe after the Easter holidays, we can run another competition for that. Let us know. But Charlie, your signed and dedicated copy of Gorilla Ballerina is coming to you. Okay? A massive well done. We're going to finish off today's session. Again, we went outside at 8 o'clock yesterday and clapped and cheered. And we also know that children's poet Michael Rosen isn't very well at the moment. He's in hospital. So I thought we would end on this poem, which is called These Are the Hands by Michael Rosen. And we wish Michael Rosen, we hope he gets better really, really soon. And a thank you to all the NHS staff, all the key workers, teachers, lorry drivers, shopkeepers, shop workers, cleaners, everyone working so hard. This is called These Are the Hands. These are the hands that touch us first. Feel your head, find the pulse, and make your bed. These are the hands that tap your back, test the skin, hold your arm, wheel the bin, change the bulb, fix the drip, pour the jug, replace your hip. These are the hands that fill the bath, mop the floor, flick the switch, soothe the sore, burn the swabs, give us a jab, throw out sharps, design the lab. And these are the hands that stop the leaks, empty the pan, wipe the pipes, carry the can, clamp the veins, make the cast, log the dose, and touch us last. Thank you very much, as always, for joining us today. I hope you enjoyed the quiz, and we'll be contacting Charlie to tell him about his winning poem. Next week, it's the Easter holidays, and the week after that as well. But we'll still be doing 2 sessions a week, just as a drop-in and a hello to say hello to you all. It's really important that we try and keep things as regular and normal as possible. And now we've started this, we don't want to just leave you alone without seeing my wonderful, beautiful face. So we will be doing 2 sessions next week and 2 sessions the week after over the Easter holidays. And then after the Easter holidays, you might be back to school. If not, we'll be back here every day. Okay, have an amazing weekend, whatever you decide to do. It's so much fun doing this with you every day. We've really enjoyed it. Oh, Oscar has got a challenge for you. I'll get him really quickly. So Oscar's challenge, come here, Oscar. What are you doing? Hello. Oscar's challenge, as you know, the Reading Realm logo, here he is. The Reading Realm logo has got 2 children staring up at a magical castle. And Oscar's challenge over the weekend is for you to try and make your own magical Reading Realm castle. Okay, so it might be you make it out of Lego, it might be you paint one, it might be you build one out of something, cardboard and boxes and things, or things that you can recycle. But that's what Oscar's challenge is for today and for the weekend, to build and create a magical Reading Realm castle. And you can send them to me, ian@thereadingrealm.co.uk, or you can post them in the Facebook group. We would love to see them. I'd especially love to see some Lego Reading Realm castles. That would be amazing. Have an amazing, amazing weekend. Look after yourselves, and we will see you all next week for 2 sessions, okay? Take care, everyone. Bye. Bye. Say bye.